Hi, I'm Jackie During from the Oracle Times, and this is the Gemini May 2020 forecast. I'm going to be using the tea leaf cards for the predictive elements for the month of May because we like to know what's coming up at the moment. Hopefully, we can find out. And then I'm going to do relationship reading, and I'm going to finish up with the Oracle cards that will describe the energies that are going to be most useful for you in the month of May 2020. I will say, as I be a bit dodgy at times. So I might disappear for a second or two, but I will be back. Apologies that I'm late today. It did not go according to plan, as life is not at the moment, is it? Okay, so let's first have a look at your tea leaf cards. I read what's on the cards because you guys always want to know what it says on the cards, and then I'll tell you the story behind the layout of cards, the cards that I select. I have, right, and I disappeared for a second. I'm back. The next card is worries, attention, great happiness. So it's kind of a little bit of a roller coaster ride going on here. Okay, and then the older man, dealings, relationship with an old man. And the final card that comes up is happiness and well-being. Nice. Okay, so you start off the month with something not going according to plan. Beginning of May, something you planned on, something you hoped for is taking a bit of a detour. It's not panning out the way that you expected. Perhaps it has something to do with a vacation because the card that follows it is fear, worry, and situation. So is the older man, dealings with an older man, and the sun, happiness and well-being, and great happiness as well. So towards the star sign in everyone's readings at the moment, there is a big shift coming. There's something coming, and it's got a different feeling to it. And for the most part, it seems to be a really good something. So for you guys, you start off the month worrying. It's a bit of a tense situation. Plans don't go through. It seems to be with a holiday or plans you had for a holiday or something you're going to do. It falls through. It doesn't go according to plan. But things get really, really much better towards the middle and end of May. Because that goes far better than anticipated. It turns out really well. It brings you great happiness. There's well-being. Or this older man plays a pivotal part in things getting much better for you, in bringing great happiness into your life. Hello from California, Lorna. Very nice to speak to you. Okay, so you're going to end up with a happy ending for the month of May. Even though it starts a bit tense and it starts with things not going according to plan, it's going to get progressively better and end up on a really, really nice note. And an older man seems to be playing a pivotal part in that feeling better. Brings up now relationships. I'm going to pick the cards. There are those of you that are looking for relationships. Okay, so there's something for everybody. Right, now this card that comes up for Gemini is retreat. This card is coming up over and over again. This card speaks about disconnecting from the world. And I think for relationships in general, even the relationship with yourself, at the moment one needs to disconnect a little bit from the news. All that input that is coming into our lives. It does your relationship good and it'll do you good as well. The next that comes up, forgiving and learning. As you release and past, you experience more love in present moments. What this card is always about is some kind of relationship dynamic normally established in our early years, even our childhood years, that we then maintain and doesn't always do us good in our relationships. But the month of May brings up the opportunity to actually see a relationship dynamic and do something about it and fix it as such. Grow through it, evolve through it. Right, the next card that comes up, calling in your soulmate, your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. So I'm going to read, I think, at the same time because it works with these cards. So basically, there's a request here or a guidance here, or you're even going to feel like it, disconnecting from everything out there that's being fed to you all the time. It's not about disconnecting from the outer world, is not speaking to people. It's more a case of being selective about what you do let in, okay? And in the process of doing this, a relationship dynamic shows up for you that you need to deal with. You deal with it and it actually has the potential to heal. And because of that, those of you looking for relationships now stand the chance of calling in that soulmate that you want, that soulmate you've been hoping for. In the month of May, you make progress because you overcome a dynamic, an old dynamic, that relationship dynamic happens a lot in readings and a lot in the monthly readings as well. There's a healing that can either, one, if you are with a soulmate, greatly help to sort of take that soulmate relationship to a next level. Now, a soulmate is anyone you are connected to on some kind of deep level, okay? And then for those of you that are looking for relationships, you can actually pull in that soulmate from the month of May onwards if that is what you're wanting to do, because there was a blockage involved in a certain relationship dynamic that you had that can actually be healed or will be. And the time that the lockdown that we had has given a lot of people the opportunity to look a little bit more closely at what's going on in their lives, because we're not as busy as we usually are. We're not running around crazily like we usually do. It's giving us a chance to actually look a bit closer at one-on-one relationships and deal with them practically way, because we're not so down by things and not so terribly busy, okay? So it's good for soulmate relationships. One or calling in one, that time that you spent disconnected from the world as such has given the opportunity for a lot of healing to take place. Right, now we have a look at the oracle cards. These describe the energies that you can use in the month of May that will help you attain goals, that will help you get where is exchanging. These are coming up repeatedly. The retreat card and time for a nap. Right, and then the next one is observer. Okay, so what we see here for you is, because these two cards show up, okay, observer and time for a nap, I will say, make use of your downtime, make use of your lockdown time. Enjoy it as much as you can. Take time to let life unfold as it will, okay? Try not to push things in May. If life starts taking its normalcy back again, don't push. Wait and see how things are going to unfold. Rest and recuperate as much as you can. If you do, the universe is going to be giving you some kind of gift. It's going to be rewarding you for having taken the time to relax, let things unfold, and rest as much as you can, okay? If one pushes too hard, resists, pushes against, this reward may not be coming, okay? So make sure that you can relax. Make sure that you can take time out. Make sure that you let things unfold. That is the message that I keep getting for you. Let things unfold naturally. And by the end of May, the universe is going to be bringing you something particularly special. Okay? Right, so that is the reading for Gemini for May 2020. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like a personal or private reading, and I liked things, and hopefully for the month of May as well. Thank you for joining me here.